Impromptu speaking. All right, impromptu speaking, where I give you three topics, you select one, and you have 1 minute to think about it, and then 2 minutes to speak.
All right, so it's not nice to fool with Mother Nature. Clearly, our ecosystems around us, our environment has been shaped by evolution, right? For hundreds of years, thousands of years, even. There's small steps that have been taken, little tinkering. In conservation ecology, we say that evolution is a tinkerer. It doesn't change things. It doesn't make things perfect. It just works with what's there. And that means that to this day, everything that you see around you has been tinkered. It's been perfected to the best that it can be with what was originally there. It's why we are here today. And it's also why there are still lots of things that are not right with us as a species and with other species. One clear example of that would be the prevalence of back problems in humans. We have so many back problems because our ancestor was horizontal. So our spines are not made to be vertical. And that's a hypothesis in the community, but it's really interesting to think about, right? And so, in that same sense, to fool with Mother Nature, to let's say use it for our own gain and move things as we see fit. Let's say back in the past, European colonizers brought certain species with them that made the new lands feel more familiar. By doing that, we're disrupting the community, right? We're introducing disease and pests, and we're modifying it to our liking. But in that sense, everything has been tinkered to fit right, just like a puzzle. And unfortunately, by changing little things to suit our needs, we would be like breaking apart those pieces of the puzzle. Then things don't fit anymore, and things clash, and competition occurs, and species end up wiping each other out just by virtue of living next to each other. And this is not even beginning to talk about climate change and natural disasters as a virtue of changing Mother Nature, so to speak, as a whole.
All right. Hey, well done. That was about as good as it gets, as far as I'm concerned. Hey, excellent, excellent. So yeah, I were you thinking about me and my back issues when you made that point? Because I'm one of those people. It's like it made me think. What do you mean my ancestors were horizontal? Do you mean like fish or like
Yeah,
our yeah?
I'm talking
Is it
about
true?
like,
Like, did we crawl out of the water
so that
originally?
is that is the hypothesis in the field. There would have been a common ancestor. I couldn't tell you how long ago, but millions of years ago, that would have gone from aquatic to terrestrial and started horizontal, and then at some point, recently enough, like recently in evolutionary time, we're speaking, right? So this is still millions of years. Our ancestor or a common ancestor would have gone vertical and become, bipedal, and therefore our spine has not had the time, the evolutionary time, to adapt to that and root out those difficulties that give us back problems. And of course, with modern medicine now, evolution is just not a thing.
Yeah.
I say that lightly because, of course, we are still evolving, but because the traits that make living difficult for us, they're not killed off, right? Survival of the fittest doesn't really occur in humans because of modern medicine. So if you have a back problem at a young age, your life expectancy is still, well past reproductive age. And if it was genetic in basis, then you would still pass that on to your kids, and then they might have it, and it would keep growing in the population because we have the tools now in this day and age to rectify those issues, at least to
But if
let you
you
live.
if you actually believe in the premise that it's not right to fool with Mother Nature, are you concerned because of all these? You said it's just it's happening all the time and everywhere. We have the Large
Mhm.
Hadron Collider where we're colliding particles to try to find the
Yeah.
God particle, and people are worried about creating wormholes or black holes. And we have the Monsanto company with the genetically
Yeah.
modified seeds and organisms. We have people trying to put panels up in the sky to redirect light, which to me that seems like it's going to affect the entire ecosystem. That's like depriving one area of light and putting light somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
does it
absolutely.
concern you that we are kind of biting off more than we can chew?
Quite frankly, Tamer, I think we've already bitten off more than we can chew. And I think those efforts are attempts at redemption or saving what's left. But as far as, you know, you hear all this doom and gloom about conservation and climate change, and no one ever says anything positive about it, because that's how bad it is, because we've bitten off more than we can chew. And while, you know, scientists will tell you there's still time to save it, all those attempts at furthering mankind, even if it's not related to climate, right? It can be, like you said, like the God particle. That's intrinsically, again, coming back to the idea of us trying to play God and being, you know, centric in our mindsets. Like everything is human centric. Everything
However,
is about us.
can it be argued just by virtue of being human beings and animals in this world that everything we do is part of nature's design, including altering nature?
I like that. That's getting philosophical. Yeah, you know, I think when you talk about Mother Nature, the term Mother Nature it kind of culturally, at least for us, signifies nature outside of humans, right? That's kind of what you picture. You think of, like, you know, Mother Nature as in, you know, the goddess Gaia or something like that. Of course, there are many riffs off of that, but as a human-like figure, that would be the earth. And in that sense, I think, you know, there are certain populations to this day who live in harmony with that and with the ideas that that this Mother Nature figure kind of perpetuates. But you know, you and I, living in Canada, Mother Nature is, you think, you know, you don't think of Toronto as Mother Nature, or, you know,
Well,
downtown.
although Toronto is famously known as the greenest city in North America, believe it or not.
Is it
We have the
really?
most
Huh,
nature spots, the most green belts out of any North American city. Yes.
that's really cool, actually. I didn't know that. Yeah,
So there. All right,
a
let's
little
move
bit.
on. We had a gotcha moment, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. All right, next up,